Imagine this. It's World War II, the darkest days. The Allied forces are getting hammered by German U-boats in the Atlantic. These wolf packs are sinking supply ships left and right, choking the very lifeline of the war effort. Every traditional tactic, from convoys to destroyers, is just not enough. The situation is desperate, but then one man, a former Royal Navy officer named Nicholas Montserrat, comes up with an idea so bizarre, so completely out of left field, that everyone laughed at him. His proposal? To fight submarines with aircraft carriers? Not the massive fleet carriers you're thinking of, but tiny, slow, and cheaply built escort carriers. The top brass thought he was insane. An aircraft carrier in the middle of the stormy U-boat-infested Atlantic? It was a death sentence. These jeep carriers, as they were mockingly called, were built on merchant ship hulls, were painfully slow and could barely handle the rough seas. Critics called them one-torpedo ships, incombustible, vulnerable, and expendable. They were a joke. But what the critics failed to see was their genius. These little carriers weren't meant to fight battleships. Their job was one thing, and one thing only: to hunt U-boats. They could launch aircraft to patrol a massive area, spotting submerged submarines from the air, something no destroyer could ever do. They could be the eyes in the sky, right where the U-boats were most active, the mid-Atlantic Gap, an area beyond the reach of land-based planes. The Allies, with few other options, decided to take a gamble. They'd built these small, unassuming carriers and formed them into hunter-killer groups. Each group consisted of one escort carrier and a handful of destroyers. They sailed right into the heart of the Wolfpack's hunting grounds. What happened next was stunning. The moment these groups arrived, the tide of the war in the Atlantic turned. Planes from the escort carriers would spot a U-boat, drop depth charges or sonar buoys, and then call in the destroyers for the kill. The U-boats had nowhere to hide. Their greatest advantage, stealth, was completely neutralized. One of the most famous examples was the USS Bogue. This tiny carrier and its escorts were responsible for sinking a dozen German submarines, turning a once deadly patrol area into a graveyard for the U-boat fleet. The commanders who had once scoffed at the idea were now witnessing a strategic masterpiece unfold. The hunter-killer groups, led by these mocked escort carriers, systematically dismantled the wolf packs. By the end of the war, these jeep carriers had escorted thousands of ships, sunk dozens of U-boats, and played a pivotal role in ensuring the DAA invasions had the supplies they needed to succeed. The strategy everyone laughed at didn't just work. It crushed the enemy and helped win the war. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most unconventional ideas are the ones that change history forever. What do you think is the most underrated military innovation of all time? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories like this one.